Hello. I'm Jerome Buttrick. I live at 6212 Manoa Street, a block from the site. I've been there for 17 years. I'm an architect in the area. And I've been meeting with a group, local architects and planners for over a year to just discuss some possibilities for the site. As it was the feeling sort of this local group that the applicant really wasn't considering alternatives other than sort of big store options. And so there were really two conclusions that we came to with the group, and one was that the store is really large. It's too large for the neighborhood, and that maybe there's an alternative that should be considered, and that hasn't been put out there. So we've done a few little drawings here that might help illustrate what we're talking about. Here, with regards to size, you see a bunch of boxes, and the smallest one is a 1,200 square foot store, which is the average store across the street. It's a small shop for pedestrian-oriented comparative shopping, which is what the neighborhood's about. And it's roughly the same size of the footprint of that is roughly the same size as as sort of a house in the neighborhood. The next box is showing a 5,000 square foot area, so relative size, as you can see here, this is all to scale. That represents what the new CN1 zoning is going to use as a cap to replace the 7,500 square feet that is now the cap of the C31 zoning, which is shown in this gray square, the third gray square here that you see. Then beyond that, you see the existing store, which is not 25,000 feet, but it's 22,564 per the assessor's map. And that's what it's pretty much exactly 3 times the C31 zoning, which was pointed out, it predates. And so you see that, you see how much larger it is relative to this cap. Mind you, not many stores in the area are 7,500 square feet. Pharmaca is 6,500 square feet. So add 1,000 feet to Pharmaca, you get a 7,500 square foot shop. Most of the shops here are very small. So here we are with Safeway, which is already a big store. And 30,000 feet is this next square I'm showing you, which is a number that was floated by the community at a number of meetings as a reasonable growth alternative, perhaps, to the existing store. And so you see then in this black square, of course, the 6 times C31 proposal of 50,000 feet, and finally the 64,000. And mind you, 55,000 is the size. That's this little indicator here, which shows the Rockridge Shopping Center at about 55,000 feet at 2 major arteries versus what is proposed, 50,400 feet at College and Claremont, which doesn't quite have the same traffic access, one could reasonably say. Over here, then, I've got we moved. The second point I wanted to make was this is an addition. This is a 30,000 foot.
If you could wrap up, I know what you're talking about.
This is a 30,000 foot alternative. It proposes an addition on the back, on the north side of the lot, where parking is a little bit unsafe at night. Basically maintaining the parking lot, new trellis, new treatment of the facade, replacing the gas station with parking, rearranging some of the curb cuts, and basically dealing with the street condition out here in College. I've given you handouts of this, so that's a summary.
Thank you very much. Next speaker.